I am part of the EA Creator Network. Thanks, EA. Hello everyone. Welcome on in. I'm Velvet. Thanks for joining me today in The Sims 4 for a little bit of Create a Sim. So we're going to be creating a bit of a different sim today. We're creating Merida from the Disney franchise or Disney World of Brave, and also in the Dreamlight Valley game. And specifically, I'm creating a version of Merida that exists in Disney Dreamlight Valley. And the reason that I'm doing that is that we are doing a collaboration where we are basically recreating or bringing to life some of the builds and some of the Sims, or not some of the Sims, some of the characters from Disney Dreamlight Valley and putting them into the Sims, which is, quite frankly, a rather large challenge. Because, obviously Disney and the Sims, they have very different aesthetics in terms of the games and the assets that we have to work with in the game. So it's definitely a little bit of interpretation, a little bit of imagination, and doing the very best that we can with the things that we have to work with. So I also made Marida's cottage. So I did that build, and that's already out on my channel, so you can check that out if you like. I'll put a link in the description below for you. But yeah, I made Marida's cottage, and obviously I needed somebody to live in that cottage, and this is the beautiful Merida right here. So, she's kind of feisty, she's athletic, she's determined, she thinks she's really great at archery, and she is. Representing this in The Sims though was definitely a unique challenge, and just trying to get it sort of in the ballpark of time era appropriate. Like I didn't want to have her having like big ball gowns, for every outfit, because I felt like, she's going to be running around in the forest, maybe, pinging things with her arrows and, that sort of thing. So I wanted to make her a little bit more adventurous, a little bit able to sort of run around and do what she needs to do. And you see me fiddling with her face quite a bit. Basically, I was trying to get that width in her face, and that sort of angular kind of face that she has, without being going really over the top weird with it, because obviously the facial features of a Disney character versus the facial features of a Sim very different. So it's just trying to or capture the essence of the character within a sort of a Sims universe, if that makes sense. So that's what I was in essence trying to do. But I feel like I did a decent job with actually finding some really good outfits for her that were dresses, but that she could still run around. Like, this is her athletic outfit here, and it is still a dress, because trousers weren't so common back in the day for for females. So I thought it kind of makes sense to put her in a dress for athletic wear. So I just kind of stuck to that and tried to lean into that as much as possible. Obviously we're going with the green for her color theme, because from all the outfits that I kind of saw, when I sort of did a little bit of research into Merida and just looked at some pictures and different things, and she seemed to be wearing green a lot. So I leaned into green, and that's kind of perfect with the beautiful, red hair. Obviously I couldn't do the big, long curls or anything like that. But I felt like this hairstyle did capture, the idea of the big, curly, wild red curls, and it looks really nice with the green. I mean, it's a classic combination if you're a redhead to get the green. Things like swimwear are a little bit harder, because we don't have bloomers, and I assume that's what they wore back in the day, is like bloomers and, I don't know, a corset or something. I have no idea. I feel like that might be just about right. Bloomers and a corset and stuff. So we don't have that. Although maybe I could have gotten a little more creative and tried to come up with something. There's actually something we don't have a lot of in CAS. I'm just going to get distracted here. Is like corsets and stuff. We've got a few, I think, that sort of like the style, but not like a proper corset type thing, like that sort of thing there, like has that sort of bodice sort of thing going on. Anyhow, so I got there in the end with that. But I thought her outfits were really cute, and she came together. I didn't like do multiple outfits or anything for each of the, each of the types of outfit. I just sort of did one for each, and I think that was plenty. But she's got some really stylish looks, and I just was thinking practical for running around in Scotland and doing what she's going to do out in the what is it, the wild heath and stuff like that. Is it heath? No, that's kind of England, isn't it? What does Scotland have? Wild somethings. Thistle fields. I have no, the Highlands. That's what they have, the Highlands. Anyway, so this is each of the outfits that we have. So going into the formal wear, I did want to make it, obviously a little bit more of a dressy effect for the formal wear, but where I could, I kind of did like a little bit more because she's a bit of a tomboy. So I wanted to have something, dresses, but a little bit more practical for her to run around in. So I hope I kind of nailed it. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you guys have had fun, and remember to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Bye bye.